Good morning. After I introduce Coaching, Mona Loratan Mohanty, Vice President Susil Panda, our Secretary Amor Senapati. We have Vivek Das, Local Chapter President, Tankapare Achanti, Convener Dr. Senapati, our Mupo Declare Gavita, upon Janjanti, Achanti Vigyani Das. Before we start, I just wanted to show you the agenda for today. So first thing, we're going to call the Sergeant of Arms.
Good morning and welcome to GBM 2018. Today's Gene GBM meeting, we have three Sergeant of Arms. Gautam Behra from Minneapolis, Robin Das from New Jersey, and Parag Mishra from Michigan. Thank you. Please welcome them. Yeah, we'll go ahead with Lalwai President is going to recognize the senior members we lost this year. We'll start with that.
So before I hand it over to our parliamentarian, I just wanted everybody to stand and just a 10 seconds in memory of two senior members who passed away last year. One is Mrs. Sardavala Panigrai, wife of Prafulla Panigrai of Pittsburgh. She passed away on October 14th. Mrs. Panigrai was a first female civil engineer in the first batch of 1960 from RIT, now it is called NIT Jamshedpur. She arrived in US in 1969, helped to raise her family in Illinois, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and West Virginia. Tapare, our beloved Mr. Subhas Mahapatra, whom we call the farmers of the agriculturalist. He passed away last year, and everybody who is here knows him very well, and he is definitely being missed, particularly during the convention. So everybody knows about it. We'll take 10 seconds of silence in memory of both Mrs. Panigrai and Dr. Subhas Mahapatra. Thank you. So now, today's parliamentarian, we have nominated or selected Dr. Vigyani Das. She will moderate today's session and she will mention all the guidelines and rules for today's meeting. Due to limited microphone, we will share one microphone for the members and another microphone among the people sitting on the dais.
Namaskar. Without any further delay, we will start our general body meeting with our President Lalatendu Mohanty's introduction and his annual report. Lalatendu Mohanty.
I was also told that another member of us also passed away last year. Dr. Dinyar Patiana passed away. Sorry, I missed him. So our thoughts and prayers with departed soul. So this is basically going to my list of topic, and I would like to be a little faster because of time constraints. But we'll definitely give opportunity to ask questions after each of us speak our part. So as you know, OSA had funded, during the filing we collected around 40 lakhs rupees, around $70,000 we collected, and we handed over to Chief Minister Relief Fund. And for the last 4 years, we have been struggling to have that money to be used in a very constructive way. So finally, the library I'm happy to say that it's now functional. They have started doing the summer programs in the library this summer, particularly in Barampur. There are two other libraries also being worked on, one in Balasore, another is in Mayurganj district. This one is special because we have been asking the local government, local administrator to help. And one of the new BMC commissioner who has been very dynamic and helpful, he has been now pursued as his mission to this library to be successful. We are now working with them, and most probably will be signing, must have signed by now, a memorandum of understanding, MOU, for next 2 years, where we can help and support so that the library reaches a particular state. Then we take a back seat and replicate the same model library in other parts of Odisha. This library will have computers. I think we have internet connections for 12 terminals now. There is a reading room. There is a projector where people can, general session can happen. That is, we call ICT enabled education. And we hope that this will be one of the model library. Subsequently, Government of Odisha or other organizations will take it up. Second thing we did this time, we realized we attend the convention. We limit ourselves to the people who come here. This is our culture. We definitely take pride of it, but at the same time, it's such a strong culture. We should be sharing with all the other folks, whether it is Indian Americans or non-Odia Americans. So we decided to promote our culture, we'll emphasize, and we have, for the time being, we have giving some incentive to our local chapters to participate in bigger functions, which not necessarily to be a Odia specific function, either it is an Indian function or an American function, where they can showcase our culture and promote that. So for the beginning, we gave a $250 incentive, and we are planning to increase it so that we can propagate better and showcase our strong culture. We also have another thing going on called OSA Impact. It was started in 2016 by the OSA New England chapter youth. They collected around $4,000 among the different people, and their objective was to find a project where it can make a difference to the community, which they call it as a OSA Impact. You must have seen a lot of newsletters coming on behalf of OSA Impact. So first thing we did was, this $4,000 was given it to a changemaker grant, Isavartha Vidyala, DIG to Crisco. We didn't directly deal with them, we gave it to Equity, is owned by one of the OSA members. He in turn selected out of the 10-15 investments where they can do. So Crisco is a social enterprise for farmers to obtain inputs, technical support, and selling outputs. Because of the farmers' suicidal rate and the lack of good fertilizers, we found this to be very effective. And this is our attempt to see how this project is working. Based on that, we will try to encourage other social investment going forward. You must be seeing that bi-weekly news insight is coming from OSA Impact. And most important thing is this is done by young kids who are now, one of them is in college and another is going to go to college. So they have a lot of enthusiasm. I appreciate if you can sign up those newsletters. They read through the Odisha, what is going on in Odisha, and they basically publish for everybody's information. We also try to increase, as the digital platform is getting more broadened, we try to be part of the social media. We are now everywhere. We are in Facebook, we are in Twitter, we have a very high profile followers in Twitter. We have dedicated people who are posting all our activities, events in Twitter. We are also part of LinkedIn, YouTube channel we have owned. We have Instagram, and we are trying our youth to actually get involved and take control of that Instagram. Because we have to brand ourselves, market ourselves, so that people know what is Odia Society is about. We have been doing a lot of things, but it has never been highlighted anywhere. And everybody asks questions, we don't have any answers to give immediately. So we are preparing a lot of branding documents, which I'll be happy to share, but with limited time, we wanted to continue. Next thing is, we are encouraging all our chapters to be part of the community where we are living in. Yes, our culture, our root has brought us together. We are now a stronger community, local level. So let's take the advantage of our strength and see what we can do for the community we live in, so that people will appreciate the effort we are doing. And also encourage our volunteer youth particularly to get involved and make as part of their, one of the, particular career, not necessarily the career, it's another stream of their achievements. We are now looking at the healthy Odisha. There are a lot of discussions going on. As you know, we had a presentation from Malaria No More, where 40% of malaria cases are coming from Odisha in India. So we are actually burdened with 40% of malaria. Government of Odisha has started working. Modi has decided that by 2030 they wanted to eradicate malaria from India. And there's an organization called MNM, Malaria No More. They have eradicated malaria in some countries, in South Africa. Now they have taken that as a challenge, and their first ground to have or eradicate malaria is going to be Odisha. So they say if Odisha we can do it, we can do it in everywhere in India. So we are now working with Malaria No More, finding it out what kind of support need. They have funding coming from different sources, Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. I don't think they need financial support. They're more needing as a logistical support, changing the mind, making sure what ticks in Odisha. Since we have exposure to Odisha, so they think that we can be a right partner. Other initiatives, some of you, many of you, actually given your voice. We wanted to do a regular feedback from everybody, not only what we are doing, what we should be doing. So based on that, we will channelize our energy to that extent. So we did a member survey last year, we will do again. You can very rude or whatever you want to say, we'll definitely accept it in kind heart. We are going to be working with OSA branding. I thought we didn't brand ourselves that well, so that people do not know what exactly we're doing. So we will be working with people, maybe professionally, to find out how we can take all our achievements we have done for the last 10 years, how we can make it better and show it to the people in since you are there, I would like to play this. just going to play for 10-15 seconds, but we have put it in the website. But we wanted to make it, take it a little broader, put some voices, and market ourselves, what we have been doing for the last 10 years. 4 primary things we wanted to hit upon is the strength we have. The strength is going to support each of the individuals for better or worse. So this is available in our website if you want to take a look, but we are thinking of working a little better and make it a little professional 2 seconds intro video about Odisha society so that we can share in all the social media and other channels available to us. Recently also we looked at why our membership is so low. We have like 60 to 70,000 ODIs living in US, but we have around 2,500 voting members. I call it 25 voting members, but really we have 1,200 to 1,300 members. We have also introduced something called visual art competition and convention for the first time. We know our kids enjoy dancing, music, some people are academically excellent. But there are people who have certain visual skill, whether artistic, drawing pictures, and we have introduced for the first time with the help from our editorial team. We have also introduced something called OSA information sessions. We wanted our members to hear the thing which matters the most. We have done few sessions with the collaboration from New York, New Jersey chapter specifically on immigration matters, whether retirements, financial planning. We also did one for how to save for colleges for the kids. So any interest which will be helpful to our members, would like to share it and have some information sessions going forward. We also have something saying. Yes, we will be introducing that pretty soon. It's called professional sessions, where everybody who has different interests, they can have their own networking session to better improve their own career. We have seen the dramatic changes with the Samik Singh Kalinga Youth Entrepreneurship. There are a lot of bright ideas. I'm sure Ranjan is constantly been following it up for the last 10 years. He has a lot of information about it. And these kids are coming out with ideas you won't believe. And we want to give them an opportunity to actually find a real investors for them so that they can actually pursue their entrepreneur thoughts and skills. We introduced OSA Champu Chanda Karaoke series this year. This will be 5th volume, most probably the last, because they're running out of songs. One thing we made a promise that we'll be there no matter what for all ODIs, whether they are members, non-members, everything. Because we have been identified as one of the critical entity for all ODIs, whether people need support when they are financially down, whether they lost from the school because they couldn't pay for their colleges, people visiting temporarily, either they have passed away. Everybody reaches out to them when there is a need. Of course, when there is no need, when they are no matter what, and that's what we are going to be projecting ourselves. Actually, we tried to brand this back in home. We wanted to put a board back in the airport of Bhubaneswar. Whoever coming and visiting the US will know that this is a number to reach if there is any issues. But unfortunately, the cost factor didn't work out, so we backed away from that. We also joined with another organization. We are actually still working with them called Team Aid. We have places where we cannot reach. Our members are there, but we are not strong enough to actually reach. But there are other Indian communities, whether it's Telugu, Tamil, and other communities, they might be stronger in those environments. So there is a team-made organization has come up. Anytime anybody needs a help, if we can't reach, we can use that organization. They have members, and we are also part of their member list. So if there is a place where we are strong, they can reach out to us so that we can help out our local members. So this is one of the attempts we wanted to do. The reason is things have changed. Our color is definitely makes a little difference, and there is a situation where you don't know what you'll get tomorrow. So having an organization strong enough behind us is going to give a good night's sleep. So I message में कहूँ संस्कृति, संपर्क, संगति. संस्कृति में तो बजाय रखिवा, संपर्क को और घनिष्ठ करियो को चेष्टा करिवा, और ये संगति रो strength रे will do a lot of other things which is beneficial to the community. So we have more challenges. I just wanted to briefly finish that. The challenge we have is, I get emotional when I talk about these challenges. I have a feeling which is not a good news. The way the energy level has gone down for the society, the membership, the rate at which it is growing, if it continues for another 4-5 years, you may not see what is the Society of America having a convention or doing anything of that nature. Our people who have been coming constantly, you must have seen growing old. I was talking to Dr. Purohit today. He is now 84, or in another 3 weeks, he's going to be 84. Give a big round of applause. They are the people who we see coming. When this generation is going away, you may not have people coming, attending the conventions, unless we bring the new, fresh ideas. We have to think something different. What we have been doing for the last 49 years is not working out. Let's find a dynamic way where we can involve all the people. Talk about 60 to 70,000 people in Odisha is here, but we hardly have anybody as part of Odisha society. So a lot of challenges to go, and we will come across all these. And another thing I wanted to say was our voluntary, because our members are less, the volunteers are less. We are stretching some of the volunteers to the extent where they are going to be torn apart. If I know few people, I request them to be a volunteer. And they cannot say no to me, so that's why they become a volunteer. But really, if you look at it, this is a volunteer job they have been doing for 10, 20 years. Now somebody has to come out with the new, fresh ideas. So these are the challenges we have. And any feedbacks, participations, to improve the participations, we will be completely take that as our challenge to make it happen. But we need ideas how we can involve or increase the membership growth. So that's all I have. I think I took more than I wanted to take. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Lolatendu, for giving a brief report about OSA. Now we would have Secretary's report presented. We are allotting 10 minutes, and I hope you will come finish it with
I may give back 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you again. Thanks for Latan Bhai. Good morning and welcome everybody again. Coach. Thank you. Okay. We will start with 2017 GBM meeting minutes. As we know, Susan Bhai and team and our Bahamas friends, they did a grand style cruise, something historical and different in a cruise from Miami to Bahamas. And yes, it was a nice experience, and and we enjoyed like anything, and everything was covered in that convention, including GBM. And I hope the GBM meeting minutes is hosted in our website. I hope you have all seen and reviewed it. If you are okay, we can make it we can approve it. Is there anybody has any objection or question about the GBM meeting agenda of 2017? Yeah. All right. Okay. Then we'll move forward. Membership status quick. As we all know, yesterday also we spoke in the inauguration function that we have very less number of members so far, and as of now, where we stand is total membership 1,223, excluding the ones which happened in this convention. Still, I don't have the number with me, but I was told around 20 to 25 new members were added during this convention. So we have life member of 1,082, benefactors 42, and patrons 52, 5 years membership 45, and annual membership 2, just 2, but we'll have some more during this convention. So that's that. Then basically the next item I'll cover is during this last 1 year, we have BOG meetings every month, every second Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all BOG members for participating that in big numbers and sharing their chapter information and talking about a lot of topics as always covered in this presentation. There are few major BOG resolutions were passed during these BOG meetings. One of them was aligning with OSA's vision. The BOG has approved a fund of $1,500 to be given to chapters for hosting Odia culture outside of Odia community, including Utkala Divas. So at a max of $250 per chapter. And we have seen a lot of interest, and a lot of chapters have done Odia Divas and other Indian community events and even drama festival and other things. So that was one of the major resolution. And the other one was to increase the membership. There was a discussion and BOG approved the live membership to be reduced from $300 to $200. And now right now it is $200. And so far we have 69 members, live members increased in last 2 months, 3 months basically. So yeah, that's a temporary thing resolution, and today that needs to be approved by GBM. So we'll put that into motion today. During 2018 April, BOG approved for our senior members for attending a convention to waive the registration fee, and BOG has approved that, and that was honored during this convention. Last but not the least, actually there was as we know, next year is 50th Golden Jubilee convention celebration for OSA. So there was a BOG resolution for venue selection, and the BOG approved the next convention to be near New Jersey, which we'll discuss again in this agenda later. Let's go to chapter representatives. During this 1 year, we feel like Sarada Panda has taken over as president of Southwest, and Chicago, Devasish Panda and team continue for another 2 years. And we have a change in Southeast. Now the new president is Amitabh Mishra, and Samir Sanapati is vice president, and secretary is Tarini Das, and treasurer is Saurabh Parida. So what we are seeing is basically I request all the other chapters to go through similar kind of election to bring new office members and new ideas and all that. So we are not seeing that happening. So we request and try to bring in new people, new office management, and so that we have good new thoughts and all that. And that's a request. And Next one is, yeah, so I'll cover a couple of things. I've already covered most of the things. Chapter events, we have a lot of events happening at chapter level, and a lot of people are attending, and one thing what we are missing is marketing and communication. So basically, we have a good editorial team, and we have good Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that. So that just needs to be communicated so that we can market, and other chapters should know that. It's happening. It's not like, we're not doing anything. We're doing certain things, but we need to channelize that more so that that can be published, and so that other people can know about it, other chapter members. So that will make the non-members to consider and see, okay, what's happening in other chapters, why, because we have a question, like, why should I become a OSA member? I think if we communicate that, what are the good things we are doing at a chapter level, so that other people will be interested to join OSA as a member. And what, again, the same thing is happening, we are seeing the convention participation. So, again, request, we need to reach out to everybody to join convention, because this is something, a platform was created by OSA 49 years back. And we need to make sure we attend so that the convention organizers and team get the result for their hard work. And again, I request, we are very much dependent on the BOG, so, and the local chapter representatives to convey the message and share the importance of convention, so that other who are concerned, not for some other reason, I don't know, but they need to come forward and join convention as much as possible. Volunteers, as I covered yesterday, we need volunteers. To be very honest, I'll give an example. OSA, New York, New Jersey, I'm part of that association for the last 17 years. We have a big community, but we have at the end like 30 to 40 volunteers. So we need volunteers to support these chapter events, and even something different, what we are doing, like Saraswati Puja, Ganesh Puja, Kumar Purnima or Holi. But we need to think much beyond that, and to make that happen, we need volunteers. So please, again, request to BOG members, and if you see in your chapter, if anybody is interested in anything, any of the goal or vision of OSA, please come forward and support us. Before I end, again, we are all we learn from every day. Your feedback and your message and your suggestions will help us. Please come forward, share it with us by any media, phone, email, or personal talking, or anything like that. We need your feedback so that we can try to make this OSA a community, a stronger community in this adopted land. Thank you.
Thank you, Amar, for being within 9 minutes. Now we'll have the Vice President Treasurer's joint report. It should be finished within 10 minutes.
Thank you, Vigananda. Let's go to the next slide. Good morning, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. I think the first topic I want to talk about is OSA Awards. As you saw yesterday, we have total 6 awards, but we gave only 4. That's because participation is not really good. So we have to figure out what do we want to do to have better participation, specifically in the younger generation participation. So we will try to make it fully automatic this year, fully electronic, and try to figure out how we can have more participation using social media and those kind of things. The other one I do want to talk about is the Lifetime Achievement Award. As you noticed, we did not give this year. It's because we don't have really clear guidelines in our documents about LTA. So what we are proposing here, that we will make it a standing award sponsored by OSA, either through its own funds or through smaller donations from all the members inside or outside. So we'll make it a standing award. Also we are proposing it will be voted by members. All members will vote like the way they vote in Hollywood Oscar awards. Members vote for the awards. So that's what we are proposing. We will have a committee. There some of them are already here. Coming 4 or 5 months will work. Before end of this year, we'll have the guidelines ready, pass it by the Board of Governors, and make it functional, standing annual lifetime achievement award. The next one, Loitan already talked about. We did a survey last year. We'll do another this year, but the results were pretty promising. The top 80% people wanted to see more promotion of Odia music, dance, food, culture, and so on. Then, of course, member support, health, legal, technology, Indian consulate, which we are doing already, lots of it. The third one is to promote youth membership, and of course, Loitan talked about the Big Brother and Big Sister program. So we'll be doing more of these, where connecting the elders to the youngers as a mentor-mentee relationship. So you'll see some of that coming forward as well. The next one, you all heard, membership is a concern. We are 60,000 ODIs and we are only 1,400 family, let's say 2,800 members. So we will have to increase the membership to make us stronger. So we formed a committee, 7-member committee we formed. They worked over 3 to 4 months. They went and discussed in the local chapters to other leaders. We asked them to completely think outside the box and come back with proposals. 2 proposals came up, basically revisiting the membership categories. We have things like 5-year membership and so on. And of course, restructuring the fees. We have the demographics or the income group had changed quite a bit compared to what it was, let's say, 20 years ago. Now we have a lot of people coming on H1 with a lot of different type of difficulties they have. So we have to meet that needs as well. So there is a proposal which will be coming up later as a resolution. So we'll have to do the OSA branding. Okay, so proposal. All right, so the proposal has come up. We'll use that. We'll come to that later as a resolution. All right, the next program actually is an initiative which we are just starting to get involved. Looks very promising. Dr. Sanjukta Mahanti, Saspita Mahanti has sent this 2-second video. We'll play this, then we'll have one of our members talk, very briefly talk about this.
Next slide, please.
गोटे अनुरोध जेहेतु आमर टेक्निकल लोक नहांती जे कोनोसी टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टी पाई वी शुड बी वेटिंग ओके मूव थ्रू द स्लाइड्स एंड वी कैन व्यू दैट वीडियो लेटर ऑन
one of us who are involved in everything which has been introduced on the agenda.
Right, question.
All right, sorry about the technical difficulty. We're struggling the Wi-Fi access here. So this is the More School initiative. It's a private partnership from Odisha. I would rather have Dr. Pandey take 1 minute of my time and talk about this. She knows about this and has been talking with Dr. Sasmita Mohanty in Odisha. Dr. Pandey, would you be kind enough?
नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग। मो स्कूल प्रोग्राम जोटा माने ओसा को इंट्रोड्यूस करा जायछि से जो आरंभ होइछि किंतु गवर्नमेंट ऑफ ओडिशा एटा आरंभ करछि गोटे भारी टैलेंटेड एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड डायनामिक यंग वुमन इंजीनियर हैज रियली टेकन द लीडरशिप ऑफ दिस मो स्कूल प्रोग्राम। This is just kind of, in 30 seconds I want to say this is a collaborative project. They are really enticing the diaspora to be involved. For example, if you are interested in improving your school in your village, so if you want to do, let's say, a kind of library, digital library, or if you want to introduce a garden project or a kind of maybe improving the education of the students in school, and you want to invest, let's say, $10, government is paying 2 times the money. So $20. So that means it becomes now $30 to improve the condition, whether it is the physical and the educational condition of the school that you want to be involved in. So this is a very, very serious program Odisha government has taken up. I'm always leery about government, whatever government does. Sorry to say this, but this woman is very, very dynamic. So we will put the information on OSANet. Please make sure that kind of to look into it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pandey. All right, we'll move on. So some of the initiatives taking place right now is we are looking at how we can take OSANet to OSANet Next Gen. We have been using emails, we have introduced social media, but we are looking at how we can make it further and bring a platform where somebody from age 7 or age 9 to age 90 can use it. So we are looking at that. There are volunteers already working, looking at different platforms so that we can bring the entire OSA family together into a single platform. Support groups, we already talked about this, but we don't have any tangible action items yet, but we'll work on that. Next Gen we talked about. More School we talked about. Of course, the other one is the professional network and affinity groups, how we can connect the academicians together, the Odisha schools together, singers, etc. So we have some thoughts and ideas. We are still working on it, but we just wanted to share that with you. Next one, I'll move on to very quickly to Sachi, our treasurer from Atlanta, could not be here today because of a conflict. So I'll very briefly go over the 2017-18 budget, the balance sheet. And all of these are published in the website, but very quickly you can share. So 2017 budget is on the screen. As you saw, this is a budget. Again, this is a forecast. So fees 500, membership 1750. So total income we were expecting 16,450. The actual expense, again, is a budget forecast. Some of it we already talked about. RTF 2000, Utkal Divas and India promotion of ODI activities, $1,500, awards $1,000, and so on. I am not going to go through the details, but total expense about 15,500. we are forecasting. The actuals are here, but let me read the total summary. So total liabilities so far we have, total assets so far we have is $320,065.82. That's our current assets. Total liabilities is about $700. And this year, opening balance equity, $302,458.65. Net revenue we had from the forecast what we showed, $16,907.17. Total equity at this point we have is $319,365.82. Again, revenue details for this session is $16,907, as I mentioned before. All the details are in the website, will be published. I'm not going to go through line by line. Also, the next one we have is the 2017 convention summary. This was given by Siddhartha Behra, ex-treasurer. If you have any questions for the 2017 convention, we can connect them with you with Siddhartha. Total convention income, we had $34,558.83. Total expenses were $34,529.69. The net income we had from the 2017 convention was $477.14. I think I'm done with my report. Thank you so much.
The treasurer's report has to be approved by the GBM. So I would request a volunteer to bring the motion to accept treasurer's report. The volunteer should state the name